Hey there, Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley here. This is a live look from the Gatlinburg Sky Bridge. Just a great example there. One of the areas in the winter storm warning of the heavier snowfall. Obviously, those alerts were kind of area-wide, watching a lot happen around our area. I'm here in the WVLT newsroom, keeping an eye on everything going on this morning. I'm actually just pulling up the WVLT Facebook page right now as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Happy to answer. Honestly, I would like to hear from you on how much snow you got. Now, one thing to keep in mind, what's very interesting about this particular situation, and a very common thing we deal with around here, is snowfall versus accumulation. Coming off of those very warm days, obviously a strong cold front is what it would take to overtake the warm ground, and that's exactly what we saw. So basically we had that cold front come in, rain changed to snow. So the initial snow kind of got gobbled up by the warm, wet ground. And then it started cooling those surfaces, and then it started accumulating. So that's a perfect example of snowfall versus accumulation. That's why some of you may say, oh, I only had 1 inch on my deck. But I had nothing on my driveway. Those different surfaces impact how much could accumulate, and that varied greatly around each county and of course around our entire area. So I wanted to take you throughout our area. Actually, here's some of the updates that we got in this morning. This is actually a live view at Newfound Gap right now. Can you see anything? I can't. There's kind of a parking lot, bottom lower third of your screen. Just something to keep in mind as we continue to monitor the situation out there. Yes, it is still falling in the mountains. And down below, okay, there's a few flurries. I spotted it a few minutes ago. There's a couple snowflakes still flying. Okay, they're little tiny dots now. This is a live view right now downtown Knoxville. Looks cold. It is cold. That first alert can wrap up though on that snowfall winding down this hour. So that is definitely some good news as well. Love to see your updates. Oh, Danny, you said you got about 4 inches in Scott County. Witt and Hamblin County got about 4 inches. Thank you, Kelly, for sharing that one. 6 inches in Blount County. Joni, I'd love to know what part of Blount County you're in, because I know reports from all over your county varied greatly as well. So keep them coming. But like I said, the variation of the Smokies versus the Valley right here, you can see that it is still flurrying. Here's a great example of what it looked like middle of the night or very early morning, depending on your perspective. Bill stepped outside in that cold wind, whipping around, showing that snowfall in West Knoxville. I love that you can see the variation of the road versus the cars versus the grass versus driveways, right? Everything has a little bit of a different snow accumulation. That right there is the difference of snowfall versus accumulation. Now it is still falling in spots. I showed you some flurries flying in the valley. We still have those snow showers in the mountains. See those tiny gray specks in Knox County? That's some of the flurries you could just see in our downtown webcam. Then you've got the snow showers still, mountains of Blount County, Sevier County, and Cocke County. So everything is trying to wind down. Those wintry weather alerts, the winter storm warning, those have been literally cut off west to east as the morning has gone on. So they are left over in the Smokies where that snowfall is still active right now. So that's just an update on those current alerts, something to keep in mind as your views have varied all morning long. Here's another great view from Seymour. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, Gail, happy birthday. She said snow for my birthday. You earned it, girl. Yeah, we're actually seeing some great views around our area. I love this video. It almost seems edited. Doesn't that seem just like a little fake snow scene added to a video? Beautiful. Thank you, Rob, for sharing through our WVLT First Alert weather app this morning. This is how much snow fell according to radar. So again, snowfall versus accumulation. This gives us a better idea of how much fell. And then when we started kind of taking a look at some of the reports coming in, it gives us an idea on how much stuck. And that can vary around town. Notice that kind of bright magenta pink there in Knox County. 2 to 3 inches fell in the valley, and then even higher, Southern Valley, foothills, mountains, of course, winter storm warning area. So now I'm going to map this out, and I'm going to add in some of the reports that I got for you. Mount LeConte, 10 inches of snow, 2 inches Greenback, 1.2 Knoxville, 1.3 Alcoa, 2 Talbot, ½ inch in Tazewell and Claiborne County, but it jumps back up to 4+ around Fentress and Cumberland and Scott counties. So just kind of keep that in mind. Talk about some variation right there. And these are just some of the reports that have been trickling in so far this morning. Keep them coming. It really is helpful. But here's a view of that 10 inches of snow. Mount LeConte. Yeah, Hike on LeConte blog. This is a great blog, especially if you love to hike, or I like to just live vicariously through the people who do. Luckily, they share wonderful views like this one, just completely covered everything. I think that's one of the trails. Looks like the sign there on the left, half covered in snow. Peanut is monitoring the lodge up there here in the off season. So definitely love this photo. First thing this morning, as soon as the sun came up. Of course, it's not all fun and games if you did have to get out the door this morning, like KATELYN found in Pigeon Forge. Really looks like she's not far from the parkway. That looks like a lot of signs there on the right. That sure does look like the parkway to me. So you can see some of the slushy mess that was even on the parkway that KATELYN found. So the heavier traveled roads usually can stay warm enough to overtake the snowfall. But in this case, Pigeon Forge, that was the winter storm warned area, so that is too much snow. Even a busy road like the parkway was covered up at one point this morning. But that variation can be your driveway versus grass versus your neighborhood, which is exactly what Jeff found in Blount County this morning. So look at that view right there where you can see some tracks on the road. His driveway looks a little slick in spots. The grass collected most of that snowfall. I love this view from Tammy. She's actually overlooking Cherokee Lake in the distance. Just a great view there. Several inches of snow in Newmarket. Beautiful view, Tammy. Thank you for sharing from the WVLT First Alert weather app. This update coming in from Brian, one of our snowfall reports. 6 inches of snow in Walland. Very helpful. I'm actually looking at some of your comments here on our Facebook Live right now. Jeremy says got 10 inches in Monroe County, 5 to 6 from Serena and Morristown. Let's see here, 2 inches in Alcoa from Cheryl. Sophie's asking, will it snow again tonight? Nope. The snowfall is moving out. It is moving on. The cold settles in as everything settles down tonight. Christy says only got about a ½ an inch in Farragut. Again, that's a good example of accumulation versus snowfall. Probably a lot more fell. It's just that's what you're finding left over this morning. Let's see here, 4 to 5 inches in Sevierville from Evelyn, 5 inches Oneida. Melissa, 7 inches Pigeon Forge. This photo I'm showing you here, Walland again, 6 inches from Bryan. So obviously some big differences here. Gail says about an inch in Lenore City. Fayetteville, Tennessee, 5 to 6 inches. 4 inches Scott County according to Danny. So really just seeing all these variations. I love the different reports. But as I mentioned, the snow is really moving out. Last couple of snow showers in the Smokies now. Our first alert can come to an end. The flurries they're flying out of those cold clouds, but the cold clouds are moving out too. The cold's not so much moving out. No, we'll actually see more clearing. That means more of the snow melts off as more of the sun comes out. But I wanted to highlight the feels like forecast where you live for this afternoon. Notice midday, it still feels like teens to 20s. Yeah, not much help there. Those wind chills continue. Bonnie saying she got snow in Sweetwater. Absolutely love to see those photos, guys. Keep them coming. Deborah says about an inch in Parrottsville. The areas that have this 5, 6+ inches, these are going to be your areas that will actually retain the snow, even on a cold afternoon where the sun's trying to come out. So just something to keep in mind. Not only does it vary on how much you got, but how long it'll stick around varies as well because of that snow coming out. But look at what it's going to feel like this afternoon. Crossville will feel like 27. It'll feel like 31 Monticello, 32 in La Follette, 29 in Middlesboro this afternoon. So obviously some really big impacts here on the wind chills as well. But let me zoom in. This is something we always do on WVLT News. I don't know if we call it our forecast where you live. In this case, this morning I was sharing the feels like forecast where you live because that's the major factor. Feeling like 35 this afternoon, Knoxville to Loudon to Maryville, 32 is what it'll feel like in Tellico Plains this afternoon. Yeah, these are your ongoing wind chills. Feeling like 27 in Crossville to 32 La Follette, feeling like 28 this afternoon in Jamestown. Looking at the northern part of our area here, Monticello, you'll feel like 31 along with Barberville. 29 Middlesboro, 27 in Ewing, wind chill still around 33 in Greenville this afternoon along with Morristown and Gatlinburg. You can see those little purple dots here at the mountaintops. Still going to feel like teens this afternoon in the mountains, so just keep that in mind if you have plans for this afternoon. It is chilly and feeling cooler. Now today is a cold day. We had that morning snow. The heat's probably running hard. We're about 10 degrees below average all day today. Tomorrow's a frigid morning, but we're going to start to warm back up to seasonable by tomorrow afternoon. 48 is the average high, 50 on Wednesday, but the difference there is we're starting to see clouds trickle back in ahead of showers returning. Yes, again, no, actually, we're kind of doubling down on that cold air. I think it's a good way to look at it. So this morning, a strong cold front came in, dropped that snow. Some of you had greater snow fall versus accumulation. Again, those different surfaces impacted it, especially coming off such a warm week. Getting some other reports here. Nancy says in Seymour, you had about 4 to 5 inches of a good wet, heavy snow. 4 to 5 inches in Sevierville, another report from Evelyn. Wanda wishes she was here. We wish you were here too. Lenore City, Gail again said about an inch. 6 inches in Blount County, according to Joni. So just keep the reports coming. Feel free to actually share via our WVLT First Alert weather app or our WVLT Weather Vols Facebook group. Let me show you what that group looks like. So this is our group here, and I love this because you can see some of the reports coming in. We have fun, we chat, right? These are all local current weather reports where you can see photos. So this is also helpful too. Look at those beautiful photos that Jason shared. About 3 inches in Newport. Good morning, Frank. Thank you for sharing from Seymour, 915. Good. That's like a postcard. All right, I hope the city of Seymour contacts you because that's their new advertisement for winter in Seymour. Beautiful view here from Megan as well, 3 inches. See, this is what I want to see. I want to see the kids. I texted my husband this morning and said, where are the kids? Why aren't they up yet? So that is definitely adorable. Thank you, Megan, for sharing your adorable little boy there playing in the snow, measuring it at 3 inches at your house, Jacob in Morristown. Some more great photos here. So keep them coming. Obviously, scenes like this were very helpful for Maggie as well this morning as we were sharing updates on road conditions. We had our WVLT First Alert traffic team as well monitoring things. So a lot going on this morning, but luckily things are calming down. Just remember, it is staying cold. We'll continue to keep you updated through that WVLT First Alert weather app and, of course, on WVLT News.